Hello and welcome to How to Wrap a Mod. Today we've got the Smock G Priv, which has kindly been sent to us by some customer of Demon Wraps. So we can now do the wraps for them. What I would advise is the paintwork on these is absolutely awful. Before you put a wrap on it, get all the loose paint off. Try and get as much off as you can. It'll look better. But for this, I'm just going to stick it on, and I'm also going to send the customer a second one, so he can take this one off if he wants to, clean it up, get rid of all the paint around everything, and then it'll look better. Once you've cleaned it up, give it a bit of a wipe over with an alcohol wipe or something, just to make sure it's clean. And here we go. Right, so we'll start with the front panel. Just tuck this into one of your bottom corners, and you've got it where you think it needs to be. Just hold it gently in that corner, guide it along, make sure it lines up. Pull gently, not too hard, because you don't want to stretch it. Just make sure it's lined up, which it is. And there is one front panel done. Okay, we might as well move straight onto the back. Same again. If it's printed and there's definitely an up and down, then you'll know which way to put it. If it's got a pattern on it, just be careful that you do get it the right way, because it will go both ways. So onto the battery cover, just exactly the same as we did on the front. Just tuck it into a bottom corner. Make sure it's lined up. There will be a very slight gap. That's because I've tried to keep it away from the edge to save catching. It sounds like there's someone at my door, but someone else will have to get it. Make sure it's lined up, which it is, and then, as always, from the centre outwards, smoothing it down to try and make sure you don't get any air bubbles. And that's the back panel done. Right, let's do the fire button. Now with the fire button, I have had to make it slightly smaller than the fire button, because when you press it, there's very little gap. So making it the same size, when you pressed it, the vinyl was catching on the edge and pushing itself up. So the way I've found to do it is, if you press and hold your fire button in, make sure that there's no batteries in it or it's turned off. Press and hold it in, then get the vinyl. Now tuck it into the top corner with the fire button pressed. Line it up so that you can't see a gap. Then you know that when it's on, that the vinyl isn't going to go any further than what you've put it. And with the fire button pressed, you know it's not going to hit. Then just smooth it down, working your way along. You will need some heat on this, and I could have done with going up slightly on that. So what we'll do is just pull it back up again, just exactly the same, in, and put it on. Here we go, that's better already, I can see. Smooth it down. working your way along. Like I said, I have had to leave a gap. There's nothing I can do about it. If I made it to fit, then every time you press the fire button, you're going to be pushing your vinyl back up, and it's going to look horrible. Right, you will need some heat on this, because there it's a very tight curve and a very small piece when it gets down to the end. Right, it does overlap slightly at the bottom onto the mod. That's to try and hide that little bit there, because the piece that comes around there, that's such a tiny bit there, it won't stay on. So I've shortened that back. You will see a bit of a gap there. There's nothing I can do. Right, so this one seems to be going on pretty well. It is warm in here, so, but what I would advise is, once you've got it on, get some heat on there from a hairdryer or a blow heater. Get a bit of heat, not too much, and then just hold it in place once you've got some heat on it. And there we go. There's the fire button. Yeah, like I said, I've got to leave a gap. I don't know how well you can see that on this camera. Yeah, and that there, with the gap, when you press, the gap's gone. So it has to be there. Alright, next we'll do the top. Alright, quite straightforward this one. Just look directly down, centralise it, just tap it with your finger right to the end, just to hold it in place just here while you twist it and move it a little bit. Right. I need to move over a touch. Probably best if I look directly at it. I mean, these all depend how finicky you want to be with them. I mean, your AT is going to hide that anyway, but I'll try and get it on pretty central if I can. When you get it where you want it. Again, I've tried to keep away from the edges to try and save catching. Yeah. Right. Now, gently pull it around. Try and see if you're central. And that looks pretty central to me. So smooth it down. Now onto the bottom bit. We have a quick vape. Right. The bottom bit, which is also part of the side bit, if you tuck that up against that one, there, line them up, and now gently pull it around, make sure that everything's lining up, which it is, and then smooth that, trying to make sure that you don't get any air bubbles. There we go. Again, this bit of heat just to make sure that it stays, and as you can see, there is a very slight gap, but like I said, there's nothing I can do about it. If I extend it too far, it's just going to keep catching and end up coming off. So, I mean, there's probably, I don't know, a mil gap there. Yeah, but it's a radius just there. So there we go. That's that bit. Right. The side pieces. Now, what I've been doing is line up the bottom one first. Just give it a tap when you've got it around about where you want it. Make sure it lines up. Now, moving up, just get it in place. Let it smooth down. As before, when you've got it on and where you want it, bit of heat, just to make sure that it stays. You can remove your battery door, just give it a good press down, battery door back on. And again, I've tried to keep away from the edges just to try and stop any catching, and I can't feel anything. All feels nice. Right, next one. Again, start from the bottom. You just need to take your time with these little bits. Get it around about where you want it. The vinyl will allow for a little bit of give and take, so you can line it up as you go along. Don't pull it too much because you don't want to stretch it. Right. We've only been over a touch there, so just lift it back up and just move down, get it where you want it. Have a look at it, make sure you're happy. When you am, give it a firm press down. As before, get some heat on it just to make sure that it stays. If you take the time and get all the paint off that's loose, you know, even get all the paint off, it's going to look better. You know, but this is a customer's, so I'll leave it up to the customer to get the paint off. Most of it's come off with me putting wraps on and off it anyway. Not the best of paintwork on these. Glad I never had one. Right. Last piece. Over the, I think it's a lock button. Just over that. Centralise it. Make sure you're happy with it. Do it over a touch. That looks pretty central. Do it being down a touch. That looks better. Yeah, when you're happy, give it a firm press, and if you push straight the way up first and then over to one side and then over to the other, just to push them little tabs down. Again, a bit of heat on there just to make sure it stays, and there you go. Right, there is a bit of a gap there again. It's to keep away from that edge, try and stop catching. The fire button, there is a bit of a gap so that when you press it, it doesn't hit the top and start pulling itself off. But at least it looks better than what it did. When you're all done and you're happy with it, get some heat over it. just to make sure that it stays on and sets into place. And there we go, 1G Priv, all wrapped, looking good. Thank you.